Alright, so I'm going to be doing a review of Riddler, One Bad Day. So what is Riddler, One Bad Day? Well, technically it's called Batman One Bad Day, The Riddler, but it sounds better because it's Riddler. But anyway, Batman One Bad Day is a series of one-shots that are going to be coming out once a month for the next 8 months, focusing on a different villain each month. This one is the Riddler, the next is going to be Two-Face, followed by Penguin, then Mr. Freeze, followed by Catwoman, then Bane, then Clayface, and then end with Ra's al Ghul. All of them done by major talents. Like, all of them are done by major talents, and I really want to get every one of them. This is a really good book. I'm surprised it's not a Black Label either. It's just a regular book. It does have the age 17 and up, so yeah, maybe they just forgot to put Black Label, but anyway. So this first issue, well, not first issue, they're all one-dones, but the first in Batman One Bad Day is The Riddler, written by Tom King, with art by Mitch Gerdas. I do apologize if I butchered that last name. So, yes, some people... the moment I said Tom King, some people watching this video just pulled the reins back. Like, they just went... And I get it. He's done a lot of good, but he's also done a lot of not-so-great stuff. Heroes in Crisis, while it had an interesting theme, I think just got meddled with, and it fell apart. And his Batman run was good for the first 4 volumes, and then it just kind of spiraled into that. But he's done I think he's done a lot more good than bad. I honestly believe he has done... Tom King has done way more good than bad, because I think he works better when he's not doing a fucking ongoing. If he's just doing like 12 issues max, boom, you have got a full story, and you are going to scream it to the high heavens. Because this dude literally, I think, thrives on shorter stories. He really does thrive on much shorter stories. And yeah, this is a good example of that. A 64-page one-shot following a character that he has had some very deep connections to, and a comic that... a character that has literally he's been more or less playing the most with. Yeah, kind of is a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm talking about his run in, his comics with Human Target, with Supergirl, with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I want to read that. Superman, Up in the Sky. Of course, this is the Tom King and Mitch. King and Mitch are literally the people who made one of the best DC comics I've ever read, the Mr. Miracle miniseries from Black Label. Yeah, of course I'm going to throw that out there. His Vision book. I think the dude has done way better, but I will acknowledge that Tom King has done has not been like 100% grade A perfect. Some of it not through his own fault, some of it yes. But this, where does this Riddler one-shot lie? Like, where does this one-shot lie? In the very fucking good category. That's where I'm putting it. In the very fucking good category. Why? I'm not a fan of the Riddler. I like him. I like when the Riddler shows up. I really do like when the Riddler does show up and in a comic. But he's never been a character that jumps out at me, because there's not a lot of good Riddler stories out there. There's never been... Even... I really love War of Jokes and Riddles, but that comic is a Riddler story, but also piggybacks off of a Joker story. It's not really a Riddler story. It's more of a Riddler and Joker story. So, it's nice to finally see... it's nice to finally say, this is the best Riddler comic I have ever fucking read. No joke. This might be one of my favorite... This is the Riddler's equivalent of Killing Joke. This is his kill... I'm saying it right now, and some of you might disagree with me, but this is literally his... This is his Killing Joke. This is Riddler's Killing Joke, in the sense that... And I think that was the idea... That's the idea behind all of this, is that this is the characters, like, from the best creative teams, doing stories that have... major effects on each character. Yeah. So what is the story here? Basically, the story is that Riddler has murdered someone, and he's doing horrendous things to other people around him while he's in Arkham. And he's trying to get Batman's attention while Batman is trying to figure out what the riddle is because it looks like there is no riddle. And I'm keeping it as vague as possible because I don't want to reveal the big story. But Batman does some horrendous shit in here to people. Like, he straight up waterboards a guy. Not even joke. He straight up fucking waterboards a guy. And the guy is almost about to get eaten by sharks. Batman pulls him up and he's like, I'm his henchman. I know everything. I know all his favorite riddles. I know all of his stuff. You want to know? I'll tell you. Yes? Yeah? You let me go? No. And just drops him back in the ocean. It drops him back in the water. Yeah. Now, there is a bit of controversy with this book, and I'm going to talk about it right now. In the comic, Riddler is talking to Gordon, and basically he brings up. Let me read this out to you so you fully get it. You don't like that riddle? Well, riddle me this: how'd the Joker know that you'd be home with Babs that day? How'd he know where you live? How'd he get past your security? We both know him. He's a weird guy. Complicated. But never much of a planner. Hey, Eddie, how's tricks? I need a whole one bad day thing, but I have no idea where to start. Well, Jack, how about the commissioner and his daughter? I have this whole thing staked out, but it'd be so easy I got bored with it. I'll give it to you for a song. That'd be perfect, Eddie. And tell you what, I'll throw in a dance for free. Ha ha ha. Click. Now, that can be interpreted one of two ways. One being, did the Riddler really set up Killing Joke? Or was he just fucking with Gordon? That's what I like about it, is that it's not so much saying outright because Joker is a planner. Like, Joker, we do know Joker has plans upon plans upon plans in his own fucked up head. But it is kind of nice to see, like, Riddler, like, fuck with someone like that in such a precise manner. So I think he's just fucking with Gordon. I personally think he's just fucking with Gordon, but you can interpret that however you will. The other thing in here is that we delve into the Riddler's origin, finding about his father and Riddler's full name, which we don't really do. I know Riddler's origin's kind of always been like this, and this, but really we've never really had like a definitive origin. And besides, if you don't like the continuity now, just wait 5 years. It'll be rebooted in DC Comics. That's the mantra. If you're reading DC Comics, just if you don't like the continuity now, wait 5 years. It's gonna get changed. Fuck it. Just fuck it. Anyway, do I recommend the Riddler? Do I recommend Riddler One Bad Day or Batman One Bad Day the Riddler by Tom King? Whatever the fuck you're gonna call it. Do I recommend this one shot? Yes or no? Yeah, I really do. If you want to read like some fun Batman villain comics and you want to read like just a precise story, and this story gets fucked up, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm not spoiling anything, but this comic does get a little pretty fucked up, and mentally prepare yourself for this shit because it gets heavy. It's Tom King. He's like an emotional anglerfish. He like dangles a fun story in front of you, then locks jaws of despair and woe into your soul. So, yeah, if you can get this book, it just came out this week. It actually came out yesterday, and I am so ready to read the next One Bad Day books coming out, because I know Two-Face is next, but I'm really excited for that Penguin one, because Penguin's my favorite character, and John Ridley's writing it, who is becoming a really big writer in the comics, even though he has done movies before. And it sounds like the story he's taking it sounds a lot like Scarface, but with Penguin, so I'm all in on that shit. Anyway, so I highly recommend this. Hope you all enjoyed this review, and if this does well, fuck it, I'm just gonna do reviews of all of them. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do reviews of all of these comics, because I need to get the word out on these. These are really fucking... I know DC promoted the shit out of these, but these are really good. This is going to be a fun ride. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this review. As always, if you haven't already, hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon, where if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But if you want to just check out the other stuff, like the exclusive content over on Patreon, you can hit one of the lower tiers as well. Anyway, other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.